Hey, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Yeah, we're doing a recording on here, and we're going to be making some changes. And for your weather updates, we're going to go through an evolution of this product, so it's going to get better here on the YouTube channel. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and give it a subscription so we can get this thing going. Subscribe, and we can get this thing going. But we're going to do a quick forecast for you. Cloudy skies there in Columbus for today, as a lot of areas in the south we're dealing with cloud cover and cooler temperatures, but you know what, that's going to be short-lived because it's going to get unusually warm, really I think going into about the first 8 days or so of the month of October. So roughly about 10 days where temperatures are going to be running well above average. I'm going to show you why here in a second. In Columbus, temperatures were below average because many areas across the southeast were, as the almanac showing here today, as temperatures kept down because of the cloud cover. Normal high 85, only hit 79 in Columbus, and many areas were below average only because of the cloud cover, not so much as cooler weather really per se across the area. Looking at look at what's going on across the southeast right now, noticing some showers and some storms up along into Tennessee, a little weak trough coming through there, and we've had some residual rains across the Florida Panhandle, southeast Georgia for a lot of the day, but generally not a big rain event. It's been heavier rains to the south. And looking on the satellite imagery, you can see a lot of clouds across Alabama, Georgia. It's been sunny in Mississippi today. I know a lot of areas actually, like Jackson, actually hitting the low 90s again today as well. So we're going to be seeing some warm weather here for a while, and this is the reason why. I really want to show you this right here, as this is looking ahead. This is the 500 millibar level, looking at the kind of the jet flow pattern that's overall that's going on. And the one thing you're going to notice here is you've got this big trough here in the west, and then a big ridge of high pressure here in the middle of the country, and little kind of a dive off like that. We refer to that in weather terms as an omega block. It's like it kind of gives you the Greek letter omega there. So under that big ridge of high pressure here, that whole area you see in red, you'll just know that that's going to be above normal temperatures. Cold air will be strapping down here across the west. So what that's going to mean is above normal temperatures for many locations across the southeast, the Midwest, up toward even into areas up to Wisconsin and Michigan. Very summer-like weather with temperatures running well above average for this time of year. And then eventually we'll see things cool down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step you through this model so you can kind of see this and see what's happening. So you can see the evolution is. I'm going to back this up here a little bit to Thursday morning. So you got the kind of a weak trough there in the east. It's going to lift on out. This big ridge builds up in response to that digging trough in the west. And it's going to stick around as I go forward here. This is going into Monday, still looking at big ridge there. And going into Wednesday, it starts to flatten out a bit. And then as we go through time, going into Thursday and Friday, there we see a big trough across the west starting to beat that ridge down. So as we go through into next week, going into next Saturday, and this is going out to that time, you see this ridge kind of beating that ridge down. So I'm thinking heading into beyond the 8th of next week, that's when we'll start to see things begin to evolve and change, and we'll get things to cool back to more reasonable levels. But until then, just expect above normal temperatures to continue for the area. We'll go through the forecast maps here very quickly, step through this. As you can see here, you got this area of low pressure bringing in the rain across the Ohio River Valley, and then as we step through here, still got the residual rains, that decaying front across the southeast. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday, Saturday's looking pretty good. A lot of big football games across the eastern half of the country, looking pretty good. Still got some stormy weather out on the west coast with that big trough digging out there in the west. So kind of getting an early precipitation run out there. And then looking into next week, I really don't see any big storm systems. Look at that big high pressure there across the eastern half of the United States. And with that high pressure, it's going to be pretty warm as well. It's not only at the surface, but at the upper levels as well. And then maybe beyond the following weekend, we'll see things kind of break down and get a little bit better. Shall we say. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast. Columbus looking at low 80s and mid 60s for tomorrow. Might get a little warmer depending on if we break some sunshine or not. Southeast looking at 92 in Memphis, 91 in Jackson. That's where they've been for the last couple days. Stormy weather, chance of rain and storms along the Gulf Coast with that decaying front. and then the residual, what's left of the easterly wedge, starts to break down and clear out. Asheville, which is in the 60s today, will be in the low 70s tomorrow, and we'll see things that begin to improve there. Columbus 5-day forecast, looking at temperatures warming up into the upper 80s and mostly in the 60s. So not only Columbus, but most areas from the southeast are going to see above normal temperatures as well. And then the college football forecast, when watching the Georgia-Auburn game coming up, temperatures in the middle 80s. All right, that's your forecast for now. Hope you guys take it easy. And again, watch the evolution of products here on the YouTube page as we're going to go through some changes. You're going to notice maybe not a specific weather forecast, might throw in a few of these, but you're going to see kind of more general weather talk, talking about things across the entire United States as far as what I'm expecting for long-term forecasts and planning purposes. And we'll keep an eye on the tropics as well, although we're kind of getting late into the hurricane season now. Hopefully, I think we're done. We're not done with hurricane season, but I don't think the prime part of it's just about over with. So anyway, that's the forecast for now. We'll see you guys tomorrow.